and thinking about what I want to talk about on this show. And the Pando tree effect is what we're going to lead up to today. But before I get to that, I want to talk about charity and why charity keeps you poor. And it's a tough thing with charity because charity has a role in life. It's important. I'm a person that benefited from things like a good fella box or Toys for Tots. And I can remember certain times where that just added to our Christmas. You know what I mean? It was one or two more things that you got, or maybe it was some essential things that you got, like, oh, the Goodfellas box got me some t-shirts and some underwear. So cool. My parents can go out and get me the PlayStation, whatever it may be. Excuse me. And so my whole thing is like, I believe that charity has a place. But then I think there's this gray area, like, and nobody want to be real about it. And that's the thing. Like, I just be trying to be real about stuff. Listen, okay, I'm done. I'm done, Tanya. You good? That's a stomach. Um, uh, I want to be real about the fact that charity sometimes is a crutch, and charity keeps a lot of people poor. Now, I made this post earlier today, and some people got mad. Earlier this week, people got mad at me because I said, like, yo, a bridge car is intended to be a bridge. Don't build a residence on a bridge. Nobody builds a house on a bridge. A bridge is for passing through to get you from one place to another. Now, I don't know why they named the thing the bridge car, but I'm just led to believe that maybe somebody was thinking, yo, we want the person to know this is a bridge, meaning this charity is for a specific purpose, but to get you somewhere else. This is not me taking shots. I want to be clear that y'all feel like this ain't me taking shots. A lot of times I like to communicate in a somewhat raw, direct, maybe uncomfortable kind of way because I lived it, right? I've lived in poverty. I've lived under the mindset of poverty. And I kind of feel like being politically correct and sensitive doesn't work to actually get people out of poverty. It keeps people in poverty because it's all kumbaya, I'm poor, kumbaya, I'm poor, poor rich. But like, listen, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of us have become dependent on a lifestyle of charity. So meaning we've been on the bridge so long, we don't even want to cross it. So it's like, yo, because why? Because the bridge is good. Like it's provide like, yo, why would I go work and do anything extra to disqualify for this when this is so good? But the problem is you put a glass ceiling over yourself and you limit how far you can go when you stay on the bridge and never actually cross it. And that's what charity does. So like if you have a shoe drive and it's intended to give shoes to kids to go back to school, that's great. That's an amazing thing. But we shouldn't see you at that charity for 15 years. You get what I'm saying? Like that, the problem with it is the charity can only do the one thing. This can only get you shoes this time. And so we have to grow beyond it. And some of us are we should be graduating from receiving at that charity to graduating to being someone who donates to that charity to get it to the next person. But sometimes the next person can't even get the benefit because you taking it. You've been on the bridge the whole time. And now the next person who actually need the bridge, they can't cross that bridge because you won't move. You feel me? Do you feel me though? Like, so my problem with charity is, yo, I got the good fella boxes. I got the Toys for Tots. I got all those things. But that motivated me to want to give back to charities. And I'm not about to like talk about the things I've done for any charity. That's not important. That's more private. But what I will say is that I have done things, and I have done things specifically because of what it meant to me, of how I knew that in that moment, I really needed that. And that is what charity is for. Charity is not for people who are able to graduate beyond it, but just so lazy or have become conditioned under a mindset to take advantage of things that they just want to keep taking. Remember, you are taking from somebody who actually needs it. That's one thing. But the second thing is you have to be poor to qualify for it. So what you're saying to yourself when you take on the mindset that I am going to be on this bridge forever, I don't ever want to get past the bridge card, I don't ever want to get past this assistance. What you are saying is I always want to be in poverty, because you got to qualify for it, right? So what you're saying is that I'm going to live my life in this box where I refuse to step above this, because if I go above this, I won't qualify for that. So you can never actually get where God wants you to go, because you are living in a lifestyle of receiving charity, something that is good in nature, good intention, but has kept many people poor because people abuse these things. And again, just like those seeds that were planted, every action produces a result. Every result creates a mindset. So every time, every year you went to the same thing, you went and got the church turkey just to get the turkey, not because you needed it. That's a seed that you're planting. Your mind is powerful. We're going to talk about the brain here shortly, and we're going to talk about the pando tree, and you're going to understand why I'm laying all of this out in this way before when we get to the pando tree in the brain. And so the thing is, you are conditioning yourself to think a certain way, and you're wondering why you're not going anywhere in life. And I'm just a person that want to be real with you and tell you, like, this is why you've been broke for 20 years. This is why you have been on this end for all these years. Now, I understand. Don't, like, people like to hit you with, like, example, what about this person that got one elbow and couldn't bend it? And listen, don't come to me with the extreme situations. Think about yourself. This isn't about, like, there are always exceptions to the rule. I get it. But this is about willing, able-bodied people who are not willing to do things for themselves and grow beyond a situation, so they continue to qualify and have limited yourself to a lifestyle of qualifying for charity and government assistance, and you know you can do better, but you lazy. All right, I'm gonna move on now. What's the next thing before people get mad at me? Do I want to go to the pando tree? Let's talk about the pando tree. The pando tree, man. Yeah, one elbow, and that boy didn't even bend, Tanya. So you know how that is. Let me say this before I get to the pando tree. I'm trying to think which one should I do it first. So what I want to do is I want to make this point and talk about topics and things in life that are way more nuanced and detailed beyond the surface. But we have simplified them and almost dumbed them down to where people, try to talk about politics, race, all these things at the surface level. Toya, what up? Hey, Toya, I'm telling you right now, you gonna have to watch this from the beginning, because this is a triggering episode, but you came at a good time. So now let's talk about the pando tree, people. There is this tree. I got to share my screen to go to this. But let me sum it up first. There's this tree in Utah, Fish Lake, Utah, that I came across today.